What's going on YouTube? Today's episode I'm going to take a quick look at the Zeus E1 optical gaming mouse, and it actually comes bundled with the gaming mouse mat as well. And the Gamdias folks were actually kind enough to go ahead and send me a extended mouse mat, which is the one that you guys see right here. We'll do a quick unboxing, I'll do a quick review and give you guys different angles of how the mouse actually looks right after this. Welcome to Tech Savvy Buyer. My name's Ahmad, for those of you guys who don't know, and I like to do all kinds of tech reviews, gaming reviews, console war stuff, pretty much everything really. That's tech related. So as mentioned, we are going to take a close look at this, the Zeus E1 mouse, just to give you guys a little bit of background about Gamdias. So I think a lot of people might not be aware of who exactly Gamdias is, what brand they are, where they're based out of and all that stuff. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick little bit of information for those of you guys who are curious, because honestly, I was curious when they reached out to me and asked me to go ahead and do a video review of these products. So number one, they are a Taiwanese based company. They're not based out of the US, however, they do have a US sales office branched out in California, I believe, but they are distributing through Best Buy and Amazon as well. So if you guys do like the stuff that I'm about to show you, you are most welcome to go ahead and make a purchase. I do have links in the description below for you to go ahead and take a look at it. Just so it's right out there up front, even before going into it. The price point of this is actually very, very affordable. I would consider this like an entry-level gaming mouse. It's only about, it ranges from 20 bucks to 25 bucks, kind of depending on where you go, and if you choose to get the one that comes with the mouse pad or doesn't. So definitely the price is right. Let's take a look at if the features actually warrant it, and of course, if this is something that you should be spending your hard-earned money at. So hopefully the unboxing covered everything for you guys. Now, looking at the mouse itself, as I mentioned, that it does have a pretty good feel to it. I mean, I would not lie and say that this is comparable to like a Logitech G502, which is actually my go-to mouse that I use. It doesn't have the weight sets in it. It doesn't have a very heavy, sturdy feel. However, it doesn't feel like it's made cheaply, like, something you can buy on Amazon for 5 or 10 bucks, or if you go to a seminar and they kind of hand you out those free mice. This is not like anything of that nature. It does feel pretty solid. I played around with it for a little bit, and I actually played one map of Call of Duty to see if I noticed any major lag or any kind of, thing that would say like this is not good for someone to buy. And to be very honest with you guys, there's absolutely no problems whatsoever with this mouse in the brief time that I've had the experience to go ahead and check it out. I do like that for the fact that it's an entry-level pricing. You're getting a double layer multicolor, or what they like to call a multicolor light technology. I don't really know what to call it. It's not RGB, so I don't want people to get confused, and I don't want to give you misinformation. It's not an RGB mouse, but the color scheme is actually pretty sick. So on the top here, you get a logo of theirs that lights up as well, kind of similar to how Razer mice do that. And I think that's kind of where they took the inspiration from. I think it's, it's very nice. And even here, they have a little logo on this side that looks that lights up as well. So definitely all the different features that's included in a $20 to $25 mouse that seems to be branded and packaged very well. It doesn't look like some cheap Chinese kind of stuff. It's worth it. And considering that it comes with a mouse mat, I mean, that's a nice touch to it. It's not one of those cheap, flimsy ones that you can go on some website and build yourself. This feels pretty sturdy, pretty solid. Again, I think this is great for someone who doesn't have a very robust gaming setup, but someone that's looking to just get into PC gaming possibly and kind of test out what they're getting themselves into. Because the great addition about this mouse as well is that you do get those different DPI settings. So while there isn't a software that you can go into which is the case with some of their upper line ones. And we'll get to that right in a minute here. But they have a DPI button on this that you can click and kind of cycle through a few different settings that go all the way up to 3200 DPI, which for me is plenty. I don't really game at a very, very high sensitivity where if I just slightly move the mouse, it goes crazy, but I do know people who are fond of that kind of stuff. So again, maybe for an entry-level gamer who's just getting into PC gaming for the first time, that might not be the coolest thing that they're looking forward to. They might not even know what the value of that type of thing is, but as they start to grow into it and really appreciate the different features that are offered in gaming mice, this is definitely a very good step in the right direction. The other thing I would say that's pretty awesome about this is that it's not only targeting people who are entry level. So I don't want this video to be like, hey, you're just thinking about getting into PC gaming, this is the mouse you should get. I think this is great as a backup mouse, and if the one you have goes bad or anything like that. Other than that, I think that this is pretty solid even for people who are not entry level. If you're just looking to make a budget build and you want a pretty solid, peripheral with it, because let's be honest, most time people go out and make a budget build PC, they don't really factor in the cost of the peripherals that you're going to need with it just to game, or even not game but just to use it. You don't want just a basic mouse, you probably want something that's decent. And I'd say again, for 20 bucks, this is very solid. So now that I've covered all the decent things that are part of this mouse and the features that it offers, I want to mention a little bit about the extended mat that Gamdias sent me as well. This is the NIX P1, and specifically what I liked about this most is the build quality. Now, I'm used to gaming on multi-branded type of things. So when I was reached out to by Gamdias, I kind of wasn't familiar with their brand, and I hope it's not some kind of like knockoff type brand, and it's not, guys. This is really awesome. If you visit their website, and I'll link that as well in the description, they've got a ton of really, really cool stuff. And I think they're going to be pretty successful given that the stuff that they're making looks awesome, and hopefully it lives up to the test of time. Now, the mat, this has a really nice feel. That's a non-slip rubber base. So on this wooden table, it's very hard to move it. You're not going to get this moving anywhere. So it's very comparable to the Corsair mat that I currently use. In fact, I think I'm going to be interchanging in between the two. Just kind of depends on when one wears down or not. The top of it has this very nice fabric that's honeycomb texture, is what they like to call it. And I think that, it's a honeycomb fabric, believe it or not. It's really nice. I don't see any problems with it. As you guys can see in the close-up, it looks really, really nice with my current setup. I have no issues continuing to use something like this. The only one thing that I pick at it, but I won't even say it's like a fault of the manufacturer, is just like, since it does come rolled up in the box, it might take a little while before it completely flattens out. I do have a few ripples here and there on the sides. Like on this side, it's kind of wavy, so it's not 100% flat, but it's about like 98% flat, which is pretty solid, it's pretty decent. So again, I think that this company is headed in the right direction. I think they're doing a very solid job with what they're making. I think if you guys are looking to purchase their product, it absolutely has the tech-savvy buyer appeal and seal of approval. I would not hesitate again if you see that you're getting something like this cheaper than going ahead and buying a Corsair product or buying something else. Definitely go for it. Again, I'm not trying to make this video as like a comparison, but I would say that it's very solid for what you're getting with it. And even the packaging, you can tell that these guys did put in pretty good effort in making sure that the product that they're selling to you looks nice, works nice, and it's not something cheap or knockoff. So to that end, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Again, if you like content like this, or if you're new to my channel, just go ahead and consider subscribing, and do hit that thumbs up button if you do like what I'm doing. If you don't, I always welcome you guys to go ahead and put some comments below. I do love interacting with you guys, as I mentioned in pretty much all my videos. But nonetheless, until then, that's pretty much about it. So I will be seeing you guys on my next video. Have a good one, take care, and bye-bye.